Growing up in Cuba, I spent a lot of time in the river. I spent a lot of time with my grandfather, I spent a lot of time with my cousins, so the river was and is a big part of my life. A lot of the paintings come from memories. I try to close my eyes and remember all these, memories with my grandfather, the smell of the water, the smell of the grass, of the horses crossing the river. It's like being there. I do a lot of sketching. Like writing down stories and then put an image on the text, and then I transfer those sketches to a painting. I remember pretty clear all the color. I remember the yellows, like the sun in the countryside in Cuba was really bright, so bright it cannot burn the leaf. The red, the pink. That's my palette. Growing up. I lived that. I remember that. I'm from Amancio Rodriguez Las Tunas, which is a really small town in the eastern part of Cuba. It's really far away. There was no TV, was no radio, was no cell phone at that time. Feels like back in time. So when I moved to Havana, I kind of put aside that part of me. And then in college, we were the Bauhaus, which is really beautiful, or Da Vinci or Michelangelo, many artists in the art history. And you as a young student, you want to be like them, you want to copy them, but they already told the story. When you realize it's not about copying them, it's about being yourself. I have an amazing story to tell. Why are we looking outside when we should look deep inside of us? These beautiful people who already live here and do really beautiful and cool things, let's tell that story. Going to art supply here is always one of the most amazing experiences I have. I go there mostly every day. It's hard maybe for people to understand, but where I come from, it's none of those stuff. So coming here, you have 5 or 20 different of one oil brand or 20 different brush. It's a whole new world for me. The opportunities and results. I'm gonna blend it in now. I believe in the past I was more symbolist, and I think right now I'm moving to surrealism. So that's why the paintings sometimes have a dog jumping or the fish in the air. It's a balance between the mind and the idea of a kid with the skill of a trained professional painter. I was 10, 12 years old, running around. So everything is more low. So the point of view is as a kid. The name of the show is a love letter from a shapeshifter. It's mostly a love letter to a smaller version of myself, to that kid growing up in the countryside with my grandfather. I mean by shapeshifter, someone who have to shift himself. Like me, I have to change myself when I move from the countryside to Havana. I have to shapeshift coming from Havana to be here in Portland. But it also means I change myself for purpose of helping our people. Installing the show in the gallery is really fun because you see the pieces in the studio look different. Their relationship. Lower down the left side. Like this story go with this one, this palette color go with this one. So it's the final finished product come true. Like you unveil it. I think it's gonna be great. It's already great. The opening now of the show is really exciting. You feel like a rock star. Orlando, thank you for coming. Also, you see people enjoying the pieces, and that's part of the reward and the joyful part of being a painter. So you see people discovering new details,
Like the water?
asking you questions, talking, chatting. It's kind of joyful to see everybody come together into this spot. It's a love letter to my roots. It's a love letter where I grew up. This is actually who I am. I think my grandfather will be really happy. I think he will give me that mischievous laugh he have I told you or I knew. And he will say, I'm very proud of you. And I will say back, I'm very proud of you, Grandpa. Thank you for coming.
Oregon Art Beat shares the stories of Oregon's amazing artists, and member support completes the picture. Join us as a sustaining member at opb.org/video.